Hello, everybody. We are here. I'm just bringing some stuff up. The Saloon podcast. We got Cam Nuggets here. Welcome, welcome. Doing pretty well. Hello, Emily. How you doing? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Luke and whoever else is here. This is I've done a couple episodes of this over the years, but you know, a little bit of a remaster, a little bit of a remix of it. Thought I'd bring it back to life. I enjoy production and podcasting. My new job is actually I'm an e-learning technical lead, and my job is to manage an e-learning team and making e-learning productions and animations, those type of things. So, you know, I thought I'd get into this. Yo, Ghost Killer, how you doing, buddy? Happy Saturday to you. We're in a hurricane over here, which is kind of sucks. So if I disappear, I've lost power, but because it's still crazy windy out. Then it'll be the Cam Nugget show. But no, I think it'll just end shit. Yeah. It's we had the power out. I fell asleep in the sofa and I woke up at 6 a.m. I was watching something, then the power went out, everything just went quiet. Spooked the shit out of me, man. I was ready to fight. I know. Well, ours was just the power, but it only went out 6 hours, and I think there was like 100,000 people in the city without power, but we're not one of them. So, yes. So, got a couple things to talk about. Some of those topics will be Red Dead Redemption 3 rumors, Starfield reception, upcoming Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, and Cyberpunk 2.0. Some weird Halo esports announcer news. Unity per install fee. She has a stream going on right now, by the way. Ooh, I know, right? You mentioned about writer strike. Another piece of that is Ubisoft Montreal. I'm not sure if you read about that. That is, they're making everyone going back into the office, which, you know, whatever. But I guess it's after they said they didn't have to, and they've all moved away, or a bunch of them have. Yeah, I get it. My company is like halfway across the country, so there's not much I can do. So they are flying me out there for a Christmas party, which is wild. Yeah, I'm pumped, man. I was surprised. I'm only one of like two remote employees because they decided to hire across Canada, and you know I was cool to get the job, and yeah, so I'm pumped about that. Get to go to Ontario for a night. I don't know how pumped I. Oh shit! Then no one can hear you, Cam. That's my bad.
Oh,
now they can. Now they can. Hello, Cam.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Thanks for the heads
What's
up, Luke.
everybody?
I had so many sources in OBS. I haven't done this in a while, so we are here. We are here.
That's the fun of live streaming, guys. You get to witness our fails.
Exactly.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you. We would have had an hour-long podcast without me saying a word.
I know. It would have been awkward, man. It would have been like
it's
talking
just
to
him
myself.
talking to himself.
Pretty much. Oh, right on, Ghost Killer. Dad's birthday's October 7th. Right on, my dude. That is cool. So, first thing I want to talk about is Red Dead Redemption 3. I am going to... I think I have this set up correctly. What I'm trying to do is... I got a browser. Not that. I got it. Here we go. So Red Dead Redemption 3 reportedly confirmed by Take-Two. That is bullshit. Complete bullshit. The reason I say it's bullshit... Yeah. And, you know, it's crazy how bullshit news kind of goes around. I just wanted to get rid of some music here, some background music we don't need.
I appreciate you, Emily. Appreciate you. Happy to be here. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to news like this, the more absurd it is, the more attention it gets.
Yeah, I know, right? And this is all over the place.
The dude Fernando who makes GTA content, bro's had GTA 6 for like 10 years now.
He's already beat it. He's got the platinum.
He's beat it. Yeah, he's beaten all of them.
Those unboxing videos are hilarious, man.
Bro made a living off of unboxing the same fake copy of a game that doesn't exist.
I know. It's hilarious. If you like, these articles mention like. And you'll see a bunch of videos. They're just going from a 2001 or 2021 interview from Zelnick saying, "We see Red Dead as one of our important." This is the quote right here. Yeah, you would like every franchise to be James Bond. There's a few great franchises that do exist. He thinks GTA is one of them. He thinks Red Dead is one of them.
Of
People
course.
have been, talking about that forever. Can his voice be? Yeah, I can turn this up.
My
There we
bad,
go.
Luke. I got a baby voice. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's my getting used to this
Hopefully it sounds
technology. I
better.
haven't done this in a bit.
Yeah, dude. Well, what people do is they'll take marketing and, corporate responses seriously. Everybody knows Red Dead is coming eventually. It's a billion-dollar franchise. They're not just going to never make a part 3.
Yeah.
But just because they say, "Oh yeah, I mean, obviously a 3 will come in 2045," people will run with that and be like, "Guys, it's right around the corner. It's coming. Trust me." It's right around the corner.
Exactly. And Rockstar is so uncertain with what they do anyway. I don't
Yeah.
even think there's anything planned. I was on this was floating around Twitter, and the guy that plays Charles from Red Dead commented on it because someone asked him about it. He's like, I have no idea. No one's talked to me about it.
Right. That's what they love doing. That they love going to like Ned Luke and the dude from like all the voice actors of
Yeah.
GTA 5, and they're like, "Are you coming back?" And they're like, "We don't freaking know. We're not violating our NDA to find out."
Did you see that the guy that's like pretending to be Jason but likely is not Jason from GTA with Franklin?
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know what they're hyping up. I know Franklin. His voice actor's been up to a few crazy
Like the
endeavors
RP server
himself.
stuff.
Yeah. I joined that server. I was gonna make
What?
videos on it. Yeah, it's
Was it free or was there like a
yeah,
barrier
it's
of cost?
free. It's free, but it seems very fishy. Like the
Yeah.
owner, like Franklin himself, the voice actor, has nothing to do with the server. Like he literally just
His name has to do with it. That's
yeah,
it.
it's just his name, and he's used to promote it, but nothing else about the server is related to him. I don't even think he plays it.
Well, that's awfully nice of the server owner to volunteer his money to do this. I'm pretty sure that's not
Yeah,
the case.
for sure. Because the owner of the server is like a Twitch streamer. It's kind of popular for 5M stuff.
Yeah.
But again, it's like has nothing to do with Franklin.
Man, I tell you, there's going to be a lot of disappointed people with No, I appreciate it, Luke. Keep pointing out my voice is a little quiet. I can fix that. Hey, that real-time feedback is helpful.
Yeah.
Let me get this.
Well, me and Luke, we're on a Discord call doing this, so like we probably don't hear what you guys can hear.
Oh yeah, and that's where I'm making the adjustments in like OBS. Gotta optimization.
Oh yeah, work as you work.
pretty much. But man, I know CFX put out an update about saying like there's not going to be a lot of change. There hasn't been a lot of changes. But the only reason Rockstar
scared,
got CFX was to avoid litigation. Did you know they already sent private eyes to that one of the developers' houses some years ago? That's well documented.
Yeah, I mean, didn't they try to do a cease and desist to 5M like 4 times?
Yeah,
you know,
like big time. They're doing this they see money in it. You know, it's free for now, but imagine you're gonna get your Rockstar Plus subscription.
Literally,
get your RP access.
This is what I see happening. I see in GTA 6, there's no more roleplay servers. There's no more servers with V menu where everything's free and you can customize whatever you want. All that's gone. All the custom modded clothes based on real logos and real life properties, all that's gone. Because Rockstar doesn't want to go through a lawsuit.
That's exactly right. They did mention safety and security being one of their top things. So.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
People are getting all excited because they see Rockstar, but they forget it's the same Rockstar we've known for the past decade, who's been nickel and diming everyone, ignoring consumers.
Oh yeah, breaks my heart, man, because I love Red Dead, and GTA 5 is great too. I'm not a big fan of GTA Online. Like I tried, I just it's tough to go back to that after playing Red Dead from a graphical standpoint. For me, a pace standpoint, even I find. Even if I put on my mic in GTA, I can't deal with the children, the youth.
That's just how most like gaming in general is nowadays. You have the single player aspect is so good, and you have the multiplayer team who's like pumping microtransactions and garbage in the game that are kind of killing it.
I know, right?
In a good way, killing it literally.
I know. Hey, Emily, that would be cool. In the past 1840s. That's what I'd like to see, and I don't know whether it's Red Dead Redemption. Maybe that story's done. I love the story. I think it has a great start and a great end. What I would want to lose is that world. And that's one thing, like, you know, I know there's some GTA overlap in certain games. Like, you know, the new one's likely going to be in, what is it, Vice City? I think GTA 6?
Between, 6. Oh, yeah.
So, you know, there's a little overlap there, but I really like to kind of keep the same consistent Red Dead world,
You know,
if not expand it.
now that you're on this point, Spider-Man 2, a lot of people are crying about Spider-Man 2 because they're reusing the map of New York. Like, should they not make a Spider-Man game in New York? Like, should it be in Africa or like Germany or something? Like,
yeah,
I don't get people. I really don't.
Dark Horse, what's going on, man? Essentially debunking Red Dead 3. There's no Red Dead 3 or no evidence or confirmation from anywhere that Red Dead 3 is in development. We wanted to talk about this because this is going like wildfire.
Right.
Like along Twitter. Like if I go on to the Twitter, let's see here.
Oh yeah.
What the hell?
You'll once you get into the the creator space, people are bananas when it comes to Rockstar.
Rockstar is officially announced.
What? I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I've made some clickbait. You know, when all the Red Dead Redemption remake news was coming out, I made a few videos on it. I mean, it did end up coming out, so I can say I was right.
Speculation, like, you know, I started my YouTube doing data mining, so it's a lot of, you know, going through. I went through the files of Red Dead Online, be like, maybe this is coming,
that's
maybe
awesome.
it's not. The majority,
data mining is cool stuff.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it's clickbait is such a weird term. So clickbait, I find, is like if something is so misleading and not correct. That's clickbait. Yeah, this is clickbait.
Exactly.
Rockstar has officially announced the development of Red Dead 3, but has not specified a date. 100% clickbait, because...
Yeah, and they put like the picture and this random guy and the logo that doesn't exist.
Is that Red Morgan? Like, who the hell's that?
That's Clint Eastwood. He's coming. It's the Clint Eastwood Red Dead.
Luke says Spider-Man's 2 kind of doing what Red Dead 2 did, taking the original map and expanding it. Yeah, that makes sense, man.
That's what they should do. I mean, that's the thing. People are wanting, and it's not PlayStation fans. No Spider-Man fan is like, oh my god, the good map we loved is back. Oh, I'm not buying it. You know, it's the Xbots, and that's the thing. I'm not even into console wars, but I will call Xbots, and so, you know, PS ponies. Yeah.
So funny, man. They have cute little names for each other.
Yeah, and I'm just in the middle playing all of the games on all the consoles because I like video games.
Exactly, man. Hey, Wonders. How you doing, buddy? Happy Saturday to you. We're just in a hurricane here tonight. It's good times. But we'll see. But this is, garbage. The release of Red Dead... Oh, it's likely going to be delayed. It's likely...
Oh, of course. Yeah. It doesn't even... It's literally not in development, but it's going to be delayed.
So this has been going all over the place. Like, people... You know, even like a reasonably well-known guy that I actually like quite a bit. What, Rhino? Gives...
Oh, Reno the Bouncer?
What?
Reno the Bouncer, right? Or Rhino the Bouncer?
Yeah. He put some good summaries together, but he put one together for Red Dead, and that's gone now. I think you might have liked it, maybe. Like a comment I put on. I can't remember, Cam. It might not have been.
I might have, man. I look at all this stuff and I read it and say, okay, cool. I mean, literally anybody could make a video saying like Grand Theft Auto 7 is coming. That doesn't take a rocket scientist. Obviously,
they have confirmed that it's being worked on, so that's, and we've seen it.
There we go. Yeah, it's coming. We've seen it.
Yeah. Bully 2 coming CEO says that'd be nice. You know what?
See, that's the thing. If they made a post talking about Bully, if they just randomly mentioned Bully, okay, get the gears moving, you know. But they don't. They're going to talk about a game that already made the company billions of dollars and be like, guys, they're making a new one. Like, no way.
Yeah, it's sad. I know who was it? Swagda did an interview with a developer from Bully. Or Bully 2, and they had like a 6-hour version of it. Like a pretty big vertical slice. Yeah, he talked all about it. It's a good video. And I forget the timelines. It was around Max Payne 3 time, but they just never went with it.
Yeah, I think I heard about that. They just canceled it. I mean, they didn't feel like they were going to make a profit. That's a bad thing about gaming to me. I feel like they they don't want to make like old games that people enjoyed because it's just not the way the gaming industry's going.
Well, they want to make as much. They're weighing up like what they invest versus how much money they think they'll get in on it,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
sometimes it doesn't work.
Well, not even that, and like games cost so much to make.
Yeah.
You know, they want to at least make their money back,
But
and so it's not really worth an investment or like a gamble.
100%. And then you have something like Baldur's Gate 3. Did you play
Oh
it? Did
yeah,
you play Baldur's Gate 3?
I haven't. I'm gonna get it, but it's not my genre of game. Which I mean,
Me
all
either,
credit to
man.
people who are into it.
I didn't think I would be into it because I was kind of apprehensive. But then I
Yeah.
started hearing, okay, this is like one of the best games of all time. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to expand it a little bit. And,
Uh,
it's a joke if that doesn't. I'd be so surprised if it didn't win Game of the Year. Game of the
There we
last
go.
5 years, to be honest. Because
See, that's the
I
thing.
haven't seen.
There we go. Because Baldur's Gate, it's kind of like Divinity, right?
I haven't
Where
played Divinity, so I had no real point of reference, nor did I play the other Baldur's Gates. If you would have asked me before I knew much about it, I would have said Diablo. And then I was
Yeah.
totally wrong. 100% wrong.
That's good, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm definitely gonna get it one day. Maybe just wait for that like $40 price point. Just so if it's like not my cup of tea, it's not a complete loss, you know.
100%, man. It's quite the game. I know. Good segue to the next topic about big games. Starfield. So what you think of Starfield? You're still playing it, aren't you?
Starfield sucks. I had to pick my pronouns.
I know, man. People got so pissed.
Yeah,
So
man.
angry.
Starfield's fun. I'm loving it. I really love Bethesda games.
This is my first one. Really.
You know, really, a lot of people say like if you played a Bethesda game, you have no right to complain about it being a Bethesda game. And it's true. You know, if you played Skyrim, if you've played all the Fallouts and you get Starfield, you're like, no, there's glitches. Like, uh-oh.
I know
Oh,
it
no.
is glitchy. I will say that. I've seen some
Yeah.
weird shit. Like,
For sure.
how far did you beat the main story yet?
I haven't. I've been doing side stuff. I've been having fun.
Oh, the side stuff's great. I just finished the Crimson Fleet story.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm doing the what's the like ninja group where it's like corporate
You started as a
espionage.
job, like delivering coffee.
Yeah, that one. I can't think of the name
Ryujin
right now.
Group.
Ryujin. Yeah, Ryujin. They're pretty fun. So I'm knocking out that quest line right now.
Nice. Yeah, it's a pretty tight game. Luke says we gotta still do that Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. Yes, man. Another thing, it's co-op too, and you can do some crazy shit.
Oh, Dark Horse said, what does everybody think about the hike prices of PlayStation Plus?
Oh.
That's nasty.
It is. There's not much, like, I was surfing through
There's
it.
no real incentive.
There's not much great for games on it that I haven't, like, a couple that I haven't really played, like Control I want to play at some point. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah, I'm not happy about it. I'll say, like, having an Xbox and a PS5, for pure horsepower, well, I've got a Series S versus a PlayStation 5. The PS5 wins. But I do really like Xbox's user interface.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels kind of friendlier, organic. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a mini PC. It pretty much.
Honestly, yeah.
And I like Xbox. I like PS5. I switched to PC around like 2017ish and just kind of never looked back. Yeah.
Well, you don't got to pay for online.
Yeah, that too. And you have like a catalog of 40 plus years of PC games, and then whatever it's not a PC game natively, I can emulate.
Well, exactly, and create content, do everything. You can create content on a PlayStation 5, but boy, it takes a long time.
Oh yeah, you might as well learn how to use DaVinci or something by then.
Yeah, Share Factory sucks. Like, it's hard. Dr. Disrespect got in big trouble for that. For what, Dark Horse? I know he's got in trouble for a bunch of shit.
Oh yeah, he recorded people using the potty.
What?
You didn't hear about that at it was like a Comic-Con or something. He walked into the bathrooms with a camera, and that's like a big crime in San Francisco or wherever it was.
I mean, it's probably a big crime anywhere.
I would bet, but yeah.
I hope so.
Right? No, you go to Michigan, they're like, no, that's fine. Come on in.
Yeah. Oh messed up. That's how you upload your video on YouTube, Luke. My first ones were Share Factory too, and then I realized,
you
like,
got to
after getting
start
a
somewhere.
PC,
That's the thing. Now that we're on this point, content creation in general, that's a topic I think will be fun for a podcast.
oh yeah, man, I'm always down. Like, it's an interesting topic because there's grifts,
Yeah, man. Right?
also,
Well, no, over like the past like what 5 years,
yeah.
technology has advanced so much, and like the barrier of entry has gotten so low that the like quality expectations have gotten so high
Well, yeah,
when
you
it
have
comes to
huge, like,
content.
if you look at
Yeah.
content creation, you look at platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and so forth. Like something like TikTok's become, I only look at TikTok for what my wife sends me. I
Yeah.
don't scroll through
Right.
TikTok. I refuse to allow the algorithm.
That's for the best.
Exactly, because, but it has given people the ability, anyone that has a phone, to make interesting content with their suite of tools and shit,
Yeah, that's
which
fair.
is cool.
Definitely.
What else you got with content creation, man? Let's hear it.
Well, like I use DaVinci, I'm still learning to edit and
Yeah.
stuff, but that's the thing. YouTube has become so competitive that if you want to get caught by their algorithm, you've got to compete. And it's kind of hard to compete when you have, people with millions of subscribers, even people with, 500K. They could make a topic on a video I make, absolutely kills it. They get 30K in like an hour. My video will get like 200, which I mean, it is what it is. Props to them.
It's tough, man. A lot of it's so analytic driven. Like, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
look at like what makes a successful video, it's simply like, if you break it down and make it simple, I guess it's how many people, what percentage of people click on it, and what percentage of it do they view. When you start getting videos in like the 70 to like 90% like view percentage, let's say it's a 3-minute video, a 5-minute video, that's when they can really take off and get to that like 100K range. I found, like, when you have
That's fair.
but getting there is hard, and all the different kinds of, like, engagement, like Act Man. I'll use an example. I watched a recent video of his. I forget what it was, but he'll do a 25-minute video, and I'm sure it takes a long time for him to make, because there's so many different kind of engagement elements that are made to kind of keep the viewer hooked.
Yeah, definitely.
Because no one wants to hear just someone talk for 15 minutes. I mean,
that's why
people here.
that's why all the Griff's channels, I can't get into them, whether it's one side or the other, because it's just them talking 20 minutes while looking at like a tweet.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, like, how is this even 20 minutes? Just say what you got to say and turn the video off.
I know it, and it's unreal, man. It is unreal. It's a lot of Twitter's bad for it now because the monetization really encourages it.
Yeah.
Like, it totally wants to get people talking, making them money, saying the most outlandish thing in order to get.
There's the dude who was complaining. The dude who was complaining about the Starfield loading screen, like, he came back recently with another bad take.
It's probably deliberate, man. How can you not? How can you not be that self-aware?
It has to be. It's like, I'm bored. I want a couple $100 on Twitter. Let me post something stupid.
That is wild. I'll tell you, like, I tried one of the alternatives. I got an invite for Blue Sky, and dude, what I tried to do to meet people, I was like, okay, I'm gonna look up Starfield. I'm like, cool, a cool Starfield post. I follow the person. They're a furry. That's cool. Whatever. I'm not gonna discriminate. I do a Cyberpunk one. Same thing. So I'm following 10 people, all involved with video games, but I'm pretty sure most of them are furries.
Yeah.
So I'm trying the alternatives. I had to explain this to my wife. I'm like, okay, listen, I'm concerned about Blue Sky. Not concerned. I mean, not judging people do what they want, but it was just a weird observation I noticed.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
it's like,
that's a cute puppy pitch. Oh, wait, they don't.
Yeah, it's like if you go to like DeviantArt or something. Like, every site has a niche, and a lot of these other alternatives all have a niche. So I feel like Twitter is just kind of the best one to get into whatever niche you want. It has a good mix of everything.
It does 100%. Dark Order says you keep pushing and enjoy the content you make. Forget the views. I'd agree, man. I will
That's fair.
say it
That's
gets
fair.
hard if there's any financial dependence on it. Like if you're a
Well, yeah,
creator and it's your
there's no
part-time job.
financial dependence for me, but I
Okay.
like to look at my the way I want my content. I want it to appeal to people, and
Totally.
viewers are a nice way to look at that. Like if I make a video that gets like a lot of cool comments, a lot of subscribers, I look at that as a way of like I'm doing something that people want to see, and it motivates me to keep doing that.
That's some good motivation, man. I
You
agree,
know?
and it goes through phases. One thing is when you have a channel, and you've had channels over like a long period of time, at least for me,
Yeah.
I couldn't keep doing the same thing because it changes like so much. Like I did all the data
Oh yeah.
mining. Um,
Yeah, there's a point where you just kind of you maybe make a video that you just had like a fun idea for at the time,
yeah,
but it's not like you don't want that to be your entire niche. You eventually want to do other stuff.
100%, man. Like, yeah, like I mean, I've gone from just doing data mining for exclusively dedicated to Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online. That's all I did
Uh-huh.
for like a year. They announced the game was toast, and I'm like, well, we got to move on to other stuff, and that's where I kind of went
Yeah,
into more
right.
variety and tutorials and things like that. Lots of money glitches. So,
Lots of them. Yeah, that's how I am. I mean, I wanted to start making Starfield content, but the game is so fun that I'd rather just kind of enjoy
I
it.
hear you,
Like,
man. I've got a couple videos made, but it's so much fun. And the thing is,
yeah,
part of the best videos I've seen for it are people being really creative. I ain't that creative to make a ship that looks like a dick or a ship that
exactly.
looks like a gun. Like,
Yeah, I don't even know how to edit the ships.
it's hard, man.
I'm still
It's hard.
like everything costs too much money. I'm broke. It's like real life.
Luke says if he can make money saying the most absolute brain dead shit imaginable in social media, he'd be professional. Because believe me, you can say
Well,
some
hey.
stupid shit that can get some people angry. Oh yeah, man. Like you gotta play every side. I'm gonna turn myself into. I'm gonna do two channels: far right McDizzle and then far left McDizzle.
Right,
Play
just
them off
keep
each
them
other.
different from each other.
Yeah, exactly. Dark
I
Horse-
mean, on that point, there's a creator, I've been researching. I'm not going to say any names. And they're literally that. They had a good like career and they used to like work in the gaming industry. They're kind of like a commentary type person. And they got fired because they like to tweet or something stupid, which I don't agree people should be fired for that.
no, I agree.
But not even like they didn't just take it on the chin and kind of rebuild. They just went completely far right. And you're just like, okay, this is a grift. It's too obvious.
Well, yeah, it's
Like,
like one dude on Twitter, Ian Miles Chong. I may be
oh
mispronouncing
my
his name.
god, that guy.
that fucking guy.
Bro's getting paid now, so
Oh yeah, he's making
it's
mad
even
cash.
worse.
Darko says
He
like,
just has to
"Luke,
say the most
you
absurd
haven't seen
thing.
him, man." Oh, also October leak video coming. Says it's all over YouTube. GTA 6. We'll see. We'll see, my dude. They've got to announce it soon, though. I would think so. Like, to
Oh
actually
man, they
formally
need to hurry up. It's been 10 years. Chop chop.
Big views in the money glitches, yes, man. That's probably going to be over. At least the Cyberpunk ones with 2.0. But I'll see. We'll see what goes on. On to the next stage. But yeah, YouTube can be crazy money for some cases.
Oh yeah.
Like, for example, a money glitch video that I would have, let's say 150, 160,000 views on, that's $600,
Yeah.
$700.
Oh yeah.
Time. Pull back.
That is crazy. I made one video like that hit 100K, but it sucked I wasn't monetized at the time. But like once I did get monetized, I still made like a good like $40 from it.
Well, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Tutorials are fun though, because that's kind of what I'm doing for a living as well.
Yeah.
Like just on the like corporate learning side.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty fucking boring, but
Hey, whatever works for you.
Jay Stone.
I'm working in
God,
retail,
Jay Stone's
so.
hilarious, Dark Horse. I've heard that guy. He sounds like Dusty Rhodes. He's like, okay, baby, you turn around 3 times, and then you go down to Lake Isabella, and then you have a friend. You wait down there on the treasure chest, baby. Like,
What the heck?
This guy. He's pretty
Hey,
funny.
I haven't. You're gonna need to send me a video of that.
You think who doxed somebody? Doxed someone and got their dog flashbang and killed?
What?
I gotta change this to live chat as opposed to top chat. It might be.
Who did that?
Stone? That shit would be wild. What's
Jay
that?
Stone did that. He was like, "All right, baby, the cop's gonna go to his house," and shit. No.
Oh my god, funny, man. So what's the Halo thing? What was her name?
Oh yeah, Moon Knight or I
Moon
can't even
Rocks?
think of the name off the top of my head.
Oh wait, I had it up here. Magic Moonshot. So how to speed run a career? It's not like a
How to
career
speed
path.
run the end of one.
And it's not like people can't have their own opinions and
Yeah.
suffer the consequences, good or bad, for it. In this case, it's losing employment. Like I imagine, let's say my Twitter had my like name on it, like had where I worked, and I would say something like that. It's not going to go over very well, but she's definitely leaned into it. I know she's like the quartering was like, I got your back. When the quartering got your back.
Oh no, that's the thing. Yeah, you should put the tweet up so people can see what the heck it is.
Oh, what is
Man,
it?
it is the most interesting, set of words. If I think she still has it up. It's one where she was like, "I'm hosting a female scrimmage,"
the OG one here.
and then she says at the end that last part's really what got her.
Oh, let's see. Oh, here it is. This one. Billy Yoder, channel my Discord for Ladies' Night Scrimson Saturday. I love and value all people. Okay. As a Christian, I believe God created people in his image, male, female. Therefore, I will not be allowing trans players to participate. I mean, that's what you probably needed to tweet. And the thing is,
that's the thing. You didn't need to tweet this at all. Like,
no, it was just like to make a statement and
it's just like unnecessary.
It's grifting. Hid behind the ruse of religion.
Yeah, it's bigotry. That's the literal term for bigotry is like having a disdain for something and hiding behind a faith or like a group. And bigotry.
Listen, man, a little McDizzle history. I grew up incredibly religious, like in a really like super Christian household.
Yeah,
I went to Bible camp. I was a Bible camp counselor for like 7 summers.
Oh yeah, I have family who's religious. Like I got nothing against religious people.
Man.
More power to them. But if you start saying, "Oh yeah, I don't like this because of that," that's not a good reason. You just dislike them and found a faith to hide behind.
And the thing is, right? I mean, there's a whole, but if you're like such a big Christian, Halo's a weird, like video games that don't glorify God. I mean, that's one hill you could die on. There's so many other places to inject Christianity where you can kind of look past that, I guess. But it's just not good for, it screws your career. And she lost her job, or I don't know if it was her full-time job or a part-time job. Women aren't gonna, most of the women aren't gonna play with her.
Oh yeah,
I know that's
you're putting yourself into a bad corner.
Yeah, it's a fucking video game. It's not
like you mentioned. Like you mentioned the quartering. Someone else who had her back was the person I was talking about, where I said I didn't want to mention their name. The person who went full grift.
Yeah, it's like you
have
grift, man.
You have to embrace the community that accepts you, I guess. So just go full with it.
Exactly, and they'll just use it as a way to kind of cyclical type of grift.
Yeah, I really can't. I can't understand it because I work in retail. I meet people every day, all day, and some of my favorite coworkers, like some of my best friends, gay, trans, whatever. It doesn't affect me in any way. They're good people, and that's all that matters. So it would be stupid for me to go on Twitter and be like, I love my trans friends, and then like blame some religion for why I hate them.
And the thing is, what's happened, and I'm not going to blame Twitter. I think like any social media that has bite-sized content could do this. People profit on this. People profit off hating groups of people. It's part of that culture war thing, man, in here. Which is unfortunate. Like, a couple things that kind of made my, that I made sure to do my research on. There was a lot of anti-trans being like groomer, that type of language. And if you take a real look into that, it's language used, and this isn't me defining it. This is a number of articles and psychologists really digging into this. It's often used in social media as just a dog whistle
Yeah,
There's
they
no
the
evidence
words
that.
lose meaning. It's
Well,
like racist. Like everything's racist if they didn't agree with you or you said something.
you nailed it, man. It's unfortunate because people will often use, like, if you look at Florida, that don't say whatever it's called, the don't say gay legislation.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it wasn't even an accurate assessment of what that bill was. People
no,
just took it out of context.
no, and there's absolutely no evidence that sexuality and gender studies in school leads to an increase in homosexuality, like to even address
Right.
his wacky concern. So,
yeah.
what does a
It was
grift
such a
mean,
weird.
Luke? A grift is it's basically the way someone makes money. My grift might be a
Yeah,
money glitch video, amongst
exactly.
other things.
A grift is like, well, more like a grift is more like someone who's dishonest about it.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
if someone
honest.
sees, someone like for me, I played Starfield, I saw pronouns, I said, interesting. I selected them and moved on.
Hmm.
Other people saw pronouns, said interesting, and then they booted up their camera to make a 20-minute crying video. That's a grift.
And it resonates with a lot of people, man. And one thing I always think of is, like, it YouTube's a global audience, and globally, people are going to have a lot of different opinions, and majority is not always, going to change my values. You know what I mean? I'm not going
Yeah.
to look at, okay, this many people think this, whatever echo chamber I'm looking at the time, and kind of go with that. I always have to kind of step back, take a clear assessment, do research,
Oh yeah.
read, man, never stop learning, never stop talking. And that's how you figure shit out.
That's why I'm kind of glad that YouTube got rid of like visible dislikes, because people use that as some sort of indicator on like
Yeah.
a right or wrong opinion, you know?
Oh yeah, you nailed it, Luke. I didn't think about it too much at the time because I was thinking, okay, I just played Baldur's Gate where you can make like a half elf trans twink something. I don't know.
Right.
Like, you can make some wild shit.
And that's the funny thing, man, is they don't ever start the controversy because they don't have the games. They wait until like people make articles about it, and then all of a sudden they start making the videos.
Here's something that's disingenuous is, okay. So, you have a lot of right-wing commentators that were really upset
Yeah.
with Starfield. They were really advocating for Harry Potter, and that, if you take away the Harry Potter controversy, the game itself, the developers, I think, had the best intentions. They had a trans character in it.
Oh yeah,
That didn't seem to
Sarana.
bother them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think they didn't even know that character was in the game. I want to say that they found out, some of those commentators found out eventually there's a trans character, and they're like, there they go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't care. I remember that controversy. People started making mods to make that voice actor's voice higher pitched and things like that, and Nexus removed them.
Yeah, that's
And Nexus
These are a little
also did the
overreaching.
same. Yeah, Nexus was like, "Oh, if you make mods that remove pronouns, we're gonna ban you,"
Like,
which is silly. I
think it's
think.
silly. Let people play. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't make a big
If people
deal about it, let
want,
people move on.
if people want to add 500 pronouns or take them away, let them
Yep.
do it. In the future, just have that every game. Start the pronouns with none, and then let people add them if they want.
I tell
Because
you.
if these people,
Oh, go ahead, man.
no, I'm just like, if they're that upset over like basic grammar, then let them not have any. So every time the character is mentioned in the story mode, it's like they're talking to nothing because apparently you don't want to be correctly labeled. I don't know.
Exactly. No, man, I agree with you. And, I can understand people that identify as non-binary, and it's always a much different perception than, what the extreme right-wingers have. Like, you'll see all the shit
Yeah.
posted on Twitter. I'd be like, look at this, trans person that's grabbing kids, or, that might be an exaggeration.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Kind of facilitating that narrative. Most of the non-binary people that I've met have been in my previous job, and they were mainly, originally females transitioning to, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, it's a lot of people. And if they're told that, hey, you don't want me to exist because it's inconvenient to you, like, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. I mean, I feel yeah. It's like, I'm in the same boat. I have a friend at work who I was good friends with. They don't work there anymore, but they were non-binary. I didn't understand it.
Same.
I asked questions that they didn't know the answers to, and that's fine. That's what life's about. Discovering things and learning them as you go.
Like, here's what
And
changed it
if
for me, because I didn't ain't know anything about pronouns. Like maybe 5 years ago, 6 years of work.
right,
Like I knew some people identified as they, and that's all I knew. We
right,
were asked to put it in our email signatures. I was like, why? Like I'm not in a bad way, but like tell me more. Like what's the purpose of
yeah.
this? And
I
the
mean, that's kind of what got me into the whole religious thing. Was not religious, but that whole thing was the whole Gina Carano
oh Jesus,
situation.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms.
And when they told me why, it was like, okay, they have a large non-binary population that works there, and to try to make it as comfortable for people as possible, just throw them in your email signature so they don't feel they have to define, like, be the only ones defining them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
little
Make
thing I
them
can
feel
do to
like they
make
belong.
shit comfortable, I guess. So there's no skin off my back. One fucking bit. So, but yeah, people. The thing is, like, people use it as that grift, right? Whether or
Yeah,
not they're incredibly passionate about it, they know that people will get behind it because there's a large subset of people. It's a political issue for some.
hmm,
Human rights shouldn't be a political issue in my opinion, but
for
just
sure.
just saying. But yeah, that is what it is. So she's on Twitch. I think she's probably
Oh
grown
yeah,
quite a
she's
bit,
been going
to that point.
bananas.
What?
She's been going bananas. All those threads.
Oh well, yeah, exactly. But
And
one thing
there,
that
look at
was,
that. She went through with the ladies' night. There you go.
yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
It's
Uh,
happening.
well, you know what's wild? You wouldn't think Halo would be like the most accepting community, but it really is. It's like Halo is for everyone, everywhere.
Right. I wonder if Halo's gonna like reach out with like a cease and desist, like, hey, can you please remove all that stuff from your background?
Yeah, I know. Well, I know a couple of the lead developers commented. Were like, "Oh
Oof.
man."
Yeah, that's a thing. Like, again, everyone's entitled to an opinion. Halo is very woke. The developers, like, every week they add like a Black Lives Matter, Gay Pride, all these little different name tags and colors for your Spartan. You couldn't have picked a worse community to want to, like, I don't know what she was trying to
Who do you
do,
think's
like
making the
virtue
games, man?
signal.
Like,
I don't know what she was thinking.
here's
But
a
again, I mean, that's her bed to lay in if she
yeah.
wants.
Here's a stat that I was surprised at. Game development is actually I almost said an over gay industry. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like overrepresented compared to others. So people that are making your games, a lot of them are gay and trans.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that are artistic, not artistic like gay trans people are artistic. I'm not trying to just say that, but Jesus Christ, I know I'm not artistic. I guess I equated where I am not gay or trans and I'm not artistic. So therefore,
Yeah.
no, because I know that's not accurate. I'm just playing. But there's a lot of people. I guess the point I'm saying is there's a lot of representation of gay and trans
Yeah.
people in the game industry, and they're not going to want to make shit that they're going to want to make stuff that reflects them as well. So I get it.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, they make the games, they can do what they want, honestly. That's why I always say vote with your wallet. The new Saints Row reboot was absolute butt
Yeah.
cheeks.
Let's
you
talk
know?
about woke. That's a funny term. Woke.
Woke.
How would
Yeah,
you
let's
define
talk
woke?
woke.
Because no one can fucking really
Um
do it well. Like, it seems.
so to me, woke is when they pander
Yeah.
to get like internet Twitter clout and stuff like that without actually making a good product.
Yeah. No, I think
Like,
that I would
you
agree.
can't yeah, you can't say Starfield is woke because Starfield's a
No.
good game.
No, however, like, some people get that broad and type of view on it and say it's woke because it mentioned, like,
Yeah.
here's the bad take that I saw on it. It's woke because what happened to the Earth. And if you look at the story, what happened to the Earth had nothing to do with, like, global warming, like zero.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it just got, like, just destroyed eventually, like, by people, right?
Yeah,
Like, it just kind of became uninhabitable.
exactly, man. And I think I agree with your definition of it. It's there's pandering involved, and the pandering overtakes the quality of the product.
Exactly.
I think a good example is Willow the show. I wanted to like
Uh-huh.
it. There was parts of there's parts of it I did like, but it destroyed my childhood a little bit because it
Yeah,
was kind of like a Lord of the
exactly.
Rings-ish like fantasy, and then things like adding modern music to it, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's why I like to be in the middle of everything
Yeah,
because I've seen, people be called, racist, sexist, all these things because they don't like a show.
and you can not like a
Everyone's
show.
in
That's okay.
exactly. Like if someone says, "Oh, I didn't like Little Mermaid," the first thing someone's going to say is, "Oh, cuz she's black." Which isn't even the case. Maybe someone just
Yeah,
liked the original better.
or
They
maybe
didn't
they
think it
didn't
was
like
a
it because she was
good
black too. I mean, who
Oh yeah,
knows?
you never know.
Like if you pull
I
10 people, there could be a number there. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw The Little Mermaid. I was like, this movie's fine. It's like a movie for little girls. Okay, cool. Moving on.
Not, so many grown ass men were concerned about the Little
Yeah,
Mermaid, though.
dude. And no, they're already back on it with the Snow White stuff.
Like I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it.
Like I've seen the interviews. Rachel Ziegler is not a very bright person, but she's also like a 19-year-old girl. You
Exactly.
know?
And you add some editing to that, some pizzazz. Oh man, it makes it look
Yeah.
even. It's bad, but it makes it look worse.
Oh yeah, and the Rachel Ziegler, she was like, yeah, the original Snow White was kind of like sexist, and we're changing the story up, and people were like, that's dumb. Which yeah, I mean that's kind of
Yeah.
dumb.
Well,
But
yeah,
again, at
end
the same
product turns out
point,
to be something totally different, and it's a good example of what you described. I it's such a broad term because Luke said in the chat it's a great way to describe it because he could never put a definition to it, and I think that's
yeah,
not what you're saying isn't wrong, and I think just about everyone out there that speaks to it often they may hit it on the head and be like okay, you know, but often might just because I have seen it as a blanket statement by conservatives for
yeah,
diversity. It sometimes it's reflective of a shitty product, but people use that as a dog whistle just as much as
oh
well,
yeah,
which is unfortunate. It's because
hmm
there is woke media and some of it's really shitty.
yeah. Well, it looked like Saints Row. Saints Row was a
And
really
people spoke with
awful
their
game,
wallets.
and they spoke with their wallets. The company failed, and that's why people say, go woke, go broke. They made a shitty product nobody wanted. Am I allowed to cuss?
Oh yeah, go crazy.
Okay. Yeah, they made a shitty product that literally nobody wanted, nobody asked for, and it was more political. It was more trying to force messages and made the main characters like the unlikable weirdos, and it failed. Nobody wanted it.
It wasn't
Go woke,
because
go
it had
broke.
diversity in it. It had
Of
nothing
course
to do with
not.
it. It was because it was a shitty game.
It was shitty. That's the thing. If a game has diversity and it's good, it's even better.
Well,
But if
yeah.
a game only worries about diverse, like if a game's trying to tell me I'm racist, but then it also sucks, then I don't have any reason to care.
Well, yeah, exactly, man. Like, Baldur's Gate would be an example. Like, it's so funny because everyone's playing Baldur's Gate, but it's a pretty overall. Like, I don't know how you wouldn't look at that as like if I was a conservative commentator, I'd be like,
Yeah.
that shit's woke. You could fuck a bear. You could have,
Oh yeah, they were all over that one.
but the thing is, it made probably some folks quite a bit of money, or a
Oh,
lot of
definitely.
streamers anyway, because it's tough to not look at it and be like, oh, that's a great fucking game. They're not real dwarves, Luke.
Yeah, they didn't hire real dwarves because Peter Dinklage, he said that it was offensive, even though he's
Jesus,
literally a dwarf
if Peter
or
Dinklage is
I don't
telling you
know,
it's
little
offensive,
person.
you listen. I don't know.
I don't know. It sounds like he doesn't want people coming for his job.
No,
He
that's
doesn't want
fucked
any
up, actually.
competition. He's like, I'm the only little guy around here.
Like, are they just gonna use CGI to make like regular people smaller?
Nope, it's just gonna be regular people.
Snow White and the seven,
People.
Snow White and the seven people.
Snow White and her coworkers. I don't know.
Snow White and
It's
her
like,
peers and colleagues.
yeah, I'm with you, Luke. Man, that's the thing. Snow White's gonna be one of those woke things. It's changing everything about the original, trying to push a message. And everything that went into it is just going to come into play, unfortunately.
Well, yeah,
You
and
know, like
Luke, conservative is a broad term, man. Like there's social conservatism, there's fiscal conservatism, there's all sort of like politics. People go to school for political shit because it's complex topics. People are complex, their values are complex.
Oh yeah.
and so forth, man. And Baldur's Gate's great. Where like being someone could be conservative, and it doesn't mean that you want everyone to die.
Yeah, it's a fictional world too. That's what makes it better.
Well, yeah, it's fantasy, man. It's not reality, right? It's such a great game too. We gotta play that soon. Spider-Man. I know
Oh, I
Luke's pumped for
definitely need to.
Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm hyped. I'm excited. I've been
I
arguing
wanna
with trolls
be.
about that.
I I played the first one, loved it.
Uh-huh.
Tried to get into Miles Morales, and it when I say I love the first one, I think it's more of a genre thing. I don't know if I'm a big Spider-Man fan. It's nothing. The game
Really?
couldn't do anything different. It's doing all the things right. I hope people love it. But man, when I see all the talk about it, I'm like, you're all crazy. But I'm not saying anything because I get it.
I'm
'cause
with
it
you,
looks
man.
good.
There's some games. That's how I am with like from soft games, the ones who made like
Yeah.
Elden Ring and stuff. Like all power to people who like them. I don't, so I'm gonna stay silent on it.
Elden Ring, I gave it like 40 hours, and I couldn't get hard into it. But Armored Core kind of appeals to me a
Really.
little bit.
Yeah,
like
I just don't like the difficulty. Honestly,
that's
people,
fair.
people will bully you for that. They'll be like, "Well, it's not your cup of tea." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. It's not." You
Ev-
said it.
everyone's gonna everyone's gonna have like looking for different things in games, and that's all right, man.
Yeah.
That's why you have customization, and
Oh yeah,
it's gonna get better
that's
and
what
better.
people were like, "Hey, Elden Ring or these Souls games, they should add difficulty settings." And I've always thought that, which I mean they don't. So I mean, obviously they're trying to just appeal to a certain demographic. That's not me, and that's fine.
Yeah, and that's all right, man. There's lots of people play games. There's games for everything, man.
Oh
There's
yeah.
there's some weird shit. There's some weird shit in Steam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and the conservative hive mind, everything is woke and out to get us conservatives. Yeah, man. Speaking of conservatives, though, Lauren Bobart, I feel that she's been listening to "You Ought to Know" by Alanis Morissette. No, I'm just kidding.
Lauren Boebert, who's that?
She's an
What's
American
her?
politician, and if I'm not
Really?
mistaken, she got caught in a theater vaping and giving a handy to a guy.
Oh,
and
I
in a
saw
movie
that.
theater.
Yeah, lucky guy. No,
But man,
I didn't know her name. I just saw the
I
video.
don't know. Is she conservative? Yeah, she must be conservative. I think she is. Like, because that's how I know her. Not like a negative thing, like she must be conservative, but like I
Right.
feel that she is, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
didn't
rough,
they
though.
learn? Didn't they learn from Pee Wee Herman? You can't be doing
No,
that
you
kind of
can't be
stuff.
doing that. But I think, man, if I look at all the American politicians, they're all fucking criminals. Like,
Right.
you know,
That's the thing. Yeah, someone, every time I make a video that kind of explores political connotations, someone is always like, "Cool, now do Joe Biden," and I'm like, I don't like that guy either.
no,
Like, you
he's
act
a
like
crook
just because
too,
I
man.
call, you act like because I call out a bigot, I like Joe Biden. No, I
He's a
like
crooked
everybody.
corpse. Like,
I like everybody, or I love everybody, but at the same time, you're a ding dong for doing certain
that
things.
motherfucker's like Weekend at Bernie's, dude. I swear for the last
It
10
is.
years.
It literally.
But then, like Trump, I watched a speech by Trump. You might as well question his mental capacity because what he was saying, when
Oh
he was
yeah.
talking about running against Obama, and like he was making not too much sense.
That's the thing. Like they all are funny. They all have their interesting thing. Like I loved Trump's comedy.
Oh,
I
he
didn't
was
like him as a
hilarious.
president, but he's a good comedian.
Oh yeah, dancing around. Shit was funny.
Yeah, someone will ask him something like about Joe Biden. He'd be like, I know Joe. He's a good man, one of the best,
And
but
then one of my
he's
favorite
kind
Trump
of
in the morning
he's kind of
mixes
sleepy.
is like I get this mix that's like him, like I think it's like some beats with him just going China, China.
Yeah, like he was a funny guy.
Oh man, what a guy! But yeah, there's an election coming up there. We'll have to
Yeah.
we'll have to see. Are you in the U.S.?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I lived down in Louisiana for a year and a half.
Nice.
It was something, man.
It was interesting. It really is.
So what else? Upcoming releases I have on here: Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty 2.0. I'm pumped
I'm
about
excited.
that. So did you play
I
the
am.
first one through the hard times? You said.
Yeah, I went through it. in its prime, some would say.
Ooh,
No, that thing was chugging along. All right,
on
a
PS4.
hundred per. No, that was on PC. 100% getting that
You know, it might
100%
have been okay on
GPU.
PC. Was it okay on PC or no? Janky.
Performance was fine, but all the issues of the game were still there. Like performance was just okay.
I know now
But I mean,
it's going to be a good revisit because it's going to be changed quite a bit.
yeah, I'm excited for that. I feel like what I did when I played it, I literally just unlocked those little blades you can get on your arms, and I would just jump around stabbing everybody, killing everyone.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
I really hope the combat overhaul
Yeah.
really makes it fun, because I felt like with the original, combat felt like a chore. Like I didn't want to engage in combat, which is not a good thing for a game that's like 100% combat.
No, and they give you other ways to do it now, like the car battles, and they've
Oh
changed the
yeah,
skill
that's what I like.
trees. There's different even animations for the blades and shit.
That's dope. That's what I like.
Yeah, it should be pretty good. That's coming out like the actual update 2.0 is coming out next week. I want to say the 21st.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm glad that it's free. I'm glad that they're making that free for everybody.
Yeah, and then Phantom Liberty comes out the next week, and that's probably going to be pretty good. I mean, Idris
Oh
Elba's
yeah.
a pretty good actor. He's pretty
Oh,
good.
I hope so. I mean, that's the thing to me. Like, I don't even remember much of Cyberpunk's main story, so it must not have been like that good. But it wasn't bad by any means.
Here's what they fucked up with. I won't say fucked up because it's a different style. I love the story, but I don't think I would have loved the story if I didn't do so much of the side stuff. Like,
Oh yeah, exactly.
so
I had
much
more
good side
fun.
missions.
I had like more fun, doing little side things with, you had that one trans chick you had to race with. She was cool. You remember that part?
I don't. I didn't even
There
know
was,
yeah, I wouldn't even know who that
yeah,
was.
they were very subtle with it. There were like all these side missions where you had to like race with this girl whose husband died.
Oh, okay. I think I just haven't done any of them yet.
And then literally at the very end, she's like, "Yeah, after I transitioned." You're like, "Oh shoot, okay."
Well, that's just
You're
a quick
subtle with
trip
it.
to the cyber doctor there. Like, they take care of
Yeah.
that in like 2 seconds.
When so that I liked her, like the side characters and side stories added so much. Like Judy,
Oh
I
yeah,
liked Judy like as a person, and she's not even real.
they did a
Same with
better job with romance than they did in Starfield. I found the
oh
Starfield
yeah,
was
same with
cheesy.
yeah, Starfield. You just do a few missions, and Andrea's like, "I think I love you." You're like, "Oh
Oh my
okay."
god. Like, I
Bet.
married Sarah, but it's just so weird how she just like
Mhm.
you lay down and have a nap and she just spawns there. She's like, "Oh, you should try that in 0G sometime." Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely felt like the personality was insane with Cyberpunk. I really liked it.
well, yeah, as you were saying with the side missions, one thing that it did like a lot of the main story was revealed through the side missions. Like there's a whole strand. Did you do the stuff with Rogue? Like the young
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
like when Rogue was older, like go to the date with her.
yeah.
So you have like this date with her, and like this is a side thing you don't even need to do, and you end up going to this like place where Johnny's burning a bunch of shit, and like you have this like deep sentimental chat with him, and I'm like that was like the first moment I like actually like okay, this guy's not a total asshole.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
It's one of those games where you can't just rush it. I feel like the 100% in that game is like the full story. Like
and we're gonna get a
you
sequel
can't
at
get the
some
full
point too. They're
experience.
all starting to work on that, or a good part of their staff is gonna start working on that.
That's
It's got to be
exciting.
on Unreal Engine as well. They're not using the same engine that they used.
Nice.
What else do we got here? Oh, so this is one I don't think you heard about this one, but I found this interesting. The Ubisoft article about the Montreal devs being demanded to come back in the office unexpectedly. So
Mm,
whether you think about work at home versus work in the office, communication should be clear, and it obviously
yeah.
wasn't to them. Do you work at home, work in an office, anything like that?
Oh, I work in retail, so I'm there every day.
Yeah, there's
I
no way around
wish.
that, right? If you
Not at
weren't,
all.
you'd have no job. They would close it.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
No, 100%. Like some of
I
the
feel
arguments
like this
Mhm.
this ain't good.
some of the arguments I've seen, like for example, these people are upset because they're going into the office driving,
Yeah.
all this stuff, and they're not even working with people in the office because it's such a global company.
Hmm.
They're just going there to be on phone calls, where most of their work is done with a pair of headphones in. So
Right.
it's a battle
But I
between
feel like,
employers and employees.
yeah, the higher ups just don't, they don't have the same level of like micromanagement when you're not there.
Well, there's more to it, man. I guess with this one, there's tax break shit. So, for
Really?
example, Ubisoft gets a tax break from the Montreal government for being like, "Oh yeah, you're set up shop here," and that's probably
Oh,
contingent
okay.
on generating revenue through the downtown cores and such.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I don't know. I feel like that combined with the whole talks of like game devs wanting to like start unions and things like that
Oh
or
yeah,
strikes, that's not good.
power to them, man. Power to them, because
Yeah.
like if you look at it's an industry where that's not very unionized, a lot of crunch time, and there's not many jobs like
Hmm.
that where it's like, I'm sorry, but you have to work this extra 10 hours
Oh
every
yeah.
week for like the next
Heck
three
no.
months. No choice. It's needed.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't.
Like it's nice to have, if you have the option, cool, but taking away that option from someone's pretty freaking wild.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I would agree, man. I would agree. What else do we got here? GTA 6. GTA 6. So,
I
talk.
got it already. Fernando gave me a
He
copy.
did give you a copy.
Yeah, he gave me like he had like 12. He gave me one.
That's fine. Very, very like pre-alpha build.
Yeah, yeah. I got the build that was been floating around online.
Oh yeah, just a couple fucking sketches in a box.
Pretty much. It's like a slideshow.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It's one of those. I don't know if you man, you probably wouldn't remember these things. Not to age myself too much, as these things you would look in and you press the little button and it'd be like a little slideshow with
Yeah.
discs in them.
The pictures.
Yeah,
And it was like a circle and you put it there.
yeah,
I had some of those.
yeah, yeah. That's the GTA 6 that would have been available when Fernando
Oh yeah.
was looking at. Do you think it's going to be announced this year?
Oh, I I don't know. I can't even say anymore. Rockstar has, been playing around. Anytime you think Rockstar could do something smart, they don't.
They
So I
really
don't know
don't.
anymore.
Yeah, I think it's. I hope they announce it this year.
I honestly hope so.
Well, I mean, we know when it's planning on coming out. That doesn't mean that's
Right.
when it's going to come out, because
Probably not.
it's based on Strauss Zelnick's kind of like tap on the nose. We're going to
Yeah.
have a huge amount of revenue on this quarter. I forget what it
Mhm.
was, like end of 2024 or 25. Luke probably knows, but I don't remember. But that's when they're probably anticipating it. I bet you that'll
Yeah.
get delayed. Maybe not by a
Oh,
lot,
for
but
sure.
I bet you whatever they're forecasting now will not be when they release it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah, because GTA 5, Red Dead
Yep.
2, they've all delayed
Red
like
Dead
a
went
year.
through 2 delays. I think it was supposed to come out in autumn of
Yeah.
2017, and then spring of 2018, and it ended up being fall of 18.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see. Here's a
I
question:
mean,
do you think GTA 6? So GTA 5 has been out 10 years, incredibly
yeah.
successful. If you look at the sales of GTA 5 compared to its predecessors, exceed like crazy amount. I want to say GTA 4 might have sold less than San Andreas, or
Mhm.
around the same amount, and GTA 5 sold like a huge amount more than that. Do you think after 10 years GTA will be just as successful,
Oh,
more
even more.
successful, or less
Even more.
successful? Even
It's
more.
gonna
So do
be
you think
even more.
it's going
Oh
to be
yeah.
that good then? 2035, it'll be super successful still.
It has to be. I mean, people have gone through generations, of
Yeah.
this game. Literally PS3, PS4, PS5, people are buying it and it's not going to there's no way it can be bad. That's the thing. Rockstar won't make a bad game.
No, it'll
Like
be good.
they know it won't be bad. Like some people don't like, Red Dead 2 because it's slow, blah 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 blah. It's still a good game by every idea. You have a good game.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great game, I think.
I know there was a game recently. I can't think of what game it was, but it was in a similar boat where it extremely well, like better than the last one. I can't even think of the game right now, but
My only question is like Rockstar's such a different company than when GTA 5 comes out.
oh
Is that I
yeah.
think it's gonna break records, when it's sold, the internet's gonna explode. But
Mhm.
what if something better comes along in 2030? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Saints Row Reboot 2.
Ooh. I don't know if that's coming. But Cyberpunk 2 might be tight. Like if they could nail like an all
Yeah,
like Cyberpunk on 2 online and it'd be awesome. Night City's a cool setting to have all that crazy lore. Who maybe
I
like
don't
the
know,
third
man. I
person?
feel like GTA is like Call of Duty. You could have the best
Yeah.
competition in the world. It's never gonna beat Call of Duty.
No, I agree. But this is something I don't know. I'd have to look. Does every Call of Duty sell more than the previous one? That's what I don't know.
Uh, they've had rough patches. I think in the recent games though, like they have
They
like
all sell
MW2
ridiculously, but
compared
some sell more than
like
others.
yeah MW2 compared to MW1, and then in MW3 they're bringing back all the like old maps. So of course they're going to appeal to the old gamers. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, yeah, that series has been going on so friggin' long, man. Like since like
right,
360 days, maybe
time for a
even somewhere
break,
around
bro.
there.
And
Okay,
first
fair
Call of
gamers.
Duty I think was like PS2 eras.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Wasn't. Okay, middle 2025, somewhere in 2026. Is that when they're expecting it to be released? Ooh, somewhere in
I,
between
that
there.
that that honestly seems logical. I feel like
It
if they
does.
were to release a trailer this year, they would announce a 2024 release date, maybe like a November ish, and then they would delay it. So around 2025.
Oh, I've seen you've been playing some Call of Duty, Luke. Nice. You getting good at it? Nice, man. That's how I feel with Halo sometimes. Sometimes not so
Oh
much.
yeah, man. I
2004 was
I
pretty good.
want. I really wanted to love Infinite.
Well, my thing with GTA, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna play it. But what I have trouble wrapping my head around is once I play the story mode a couple times, what are they gonna do? And I hope they do. I'm not like I do have faith they got some incredibly talented people, but what are they gonna do to make this the best game of all time? Because if they just release like, if I look at what GTA Online's doing, it's making lots of money, but it doesn't really
Yeah,
interest me. What are they gonna do to make this game like amazing that's I don't know. I hope there's story mode DLC. That would make me want to play it more. That's not the case for
who are
everyone.
you telling, man? Man,
That's
that
the stuff that
that
interests me.
that's what Red Dead 2 needs. If they wanted to stop and kill multiplayer, they could have at least, put that team to go make some Undead Nightmare 2 or something.
It's sad, man, the neglect of Red Dead.
It's
They have
insane.
like thousands of developers. They use outsourcers, but they can't figure out a way to fix, broken shit of Red Dead, or even like do more than the tiniest of tiny updates. And I believe
Right.
this year there's been no actual update. There's been like a couple Telegram missions, but there's been no like file update or patches.
Yeah. Oh,
I
and of
think it's almost
course,
the end.
they've been sending out ban waves, of course.
Yeah.
God forbid you want to mod gold in their game that they literally don't update.
Luke says it seems plausible that they'll release original cut content later on as story DLC from what we currently know from leaks. I've heard that too, like the Project Americas type thing, maybe different regions. Is that what you're referring to? If you know what's weird, I'm surprised there's not more leaks out there because the game's been. The reason is, obviously, they have good like security. Well, I like to say that
Yeah.
they had that one screw up, but their security's probably a lot of investment in it, and they have a lot of employees and a lot. There's had to be people that have quit and left, disenchanted.
Oh, these people, those NDAs are tight.
Red Dead shit leaked out though, but that was there's a lawsuit involved with that. Like the map leaked out for Red Dead like a couple years before.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Rockstar is one of those companies with like FU money. Like, they will take you to court. They will ruin your life if you leak their
They'll
game.
send the Pinkertons to you.
Yeah, literally, they will ruin your life over, a video game.
It's wild shit, man. It is wild shit.
It's scary. Lawsuit stuff's scary.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, as a creator, I've dabbled, I've gotten involved, and it's not fun. It's like it gives you anxiety when you're checking your email every day, seeing if like an attorney emailed you or something.
Well, yeah, it'd be stressful. You know, it's funny. When that shit went down, like that Luke's mentioning about that leak, like the biggest leak of all time in terms of video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. I was following all that shit, followed because it was on like it went to Telegram, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna download
Uh-huh.
Telegram. I found the guy's username, messaged him, asked him if he found anything about Red Dead. I still have the message, and he said no.
Oh wow.
So, teapot, teapot, whatever it is on my thing. But yeah, I should have made a video about that at the time. I talked to the GTA hacker because it was
And nothing's coming, but you make it an 8-hour video.
Oh, it was, man, I had to do my research, man, on even to make
Yeah.
sure it was the right one because there were so many imposters at the time too.
Oh, of course.
It was wild, but yeah, I don't
I mean,
think
there are
Rockstar's
people
looking at anything for Red
there are
Dead.
people still using this, like those GTA 6 leaks, and like trying to be like, oh, it's new, it's new.
Oh, exactly.
It's a new leak.
The amount of milking of that on Twitter
Yeah,
for
man.
engagement. You know what Twitter's becoming bad for is people taking shit from other platforms, and this happens a lot on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Like I had a TikTok account. I used to put like shorts on it, and then one day I looked on I got a copyright thing that someone took my video from TikTok that was also a short, but didn't match that. Like it matched against my short.
Yeah.
And tried to pass it off as their own. I'm talking and everything. It's me on it.
Uh-huh.
And they were trying to be like, and someone's like, "Oh, that's a nice video, nice haircut." They're like, "Thanks, man."
Nice. I want this video.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like this.
pretty
I
much.
want this.
But yeah, it's good for the consumer because we have access to all sorts of shit, I guess.
Yeah, right.
But bad for
It's also what's bad for the bad apples, like if someone wanted to, if you wanted to make a video like, under fair use and someone doesn't like it, they can put you through some legal process.
Yeah, you got it.
It's scary.
Oh yeah, Luke, when that happened, the GTA forums, watching that whole thread was funny, man, because the guy just posted it out of nowhere, and people were like, "Yeah, bullshit," and then you have people being like, everything they tried to do would get kind of debunked, and then you'd have like the hardcore, like there's some ex-Rockstar employees in there, I think so anyway. I would guess, or people that have worked on the development side very close at one point in their life or have had some exposure. And yeah, it was funny kind of watching people go through it.
It's
Awesome,
scary, man.
No, that's probably where I'll wrap her up. It's been fun, dude. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for chatting.
dude.
You want to throw your channel link in the chat or something, man?
Heck yeah. I hope you guys can come check me out. I make all kinds of wacky gaming videos. Just anything that kind of catches my interest in the terms of entertainment, pop culture, whatever you want to name it. And that's who I am. So come check me out. I'm such a noob. Hold on.
I remember that.
I gotta
Luke.
like search for myself just to get my link.
It's all good, man. Luke, is that thread still there? Like the actual thread itself, or is that thread gone? You know,
Give me
I
one
pounded back a rum
second,
and coke
friends.
during our conversation. I don't drink a whole lot. It took me an hour and a half to drink that, and it was kind of a large glass.
Here you go, guys. Come check me out sometime. I don't even know if that's sent as a link correctly.
May have to copy and paste. I don't know if it does the URL. Nice. I'll check it out, man. I'll check it out, Luke. Awesome. This is where we'll wrap it up. Thanks, folks, for stopping by, and man, we'll do this again some other time. I enjoyed it.
Heck yeah.
Nice,
Appreciate you, man.
No
Take it
worries.
easy, bro.
Take it easy.